Mr. Santeri Alkio, originally called Alexander Filander, was a Finnish nationalist and idealist writer, journalist, and politician. He is also considered to be the ideological father of the Finnish Centre Party, originally called the Finnish Agrarian Union. He was born in the western Finnish town of Laihia in June 1862, where he also died in July 1930. He was initially active in the Young Finnish Party, which was a liberal-minded party, but in the end decided it was too liberal for the farming population. Urbanized parties did not, in his estimation, pay enough attention to the causes that were most important to fathers. One of his memorable slogans was, "Do not forget the poor people's cause," or the poor person's cause. He served in the Finnish Parliament from 1907 to 1908 and from 1914 to 1922. He also served as the Deputy Chairman of Parliament or Deputy Speaker of Parliament in 1917 and 1918, and as the Social Affairs Minister from 1919 to 1920. One part of his idealism was a strong support of the temperance movement. He participated in drafting the Finnish prohibition law. He was an extremely prolific writer, founding the Western Finnish newspaper Ilkka and serving as its editor through the years 1906 to 1930. He was a fervent spokesman for democracy and Finnish national independence. He led the Youth Association movement, which above all wanted to defend the values of rural life and foster temperance and healthy living and teach the young people to discipline themselves. Some of these desires were similar to the Christian revivalist and labor movement's desires. Although he was a professing Christian, he doubted, for example, until at least 1919 or 1920, whether the death of Jesus Christ on the cross was an atoning death. He was a strong opponent of the Evangelical Lutheran State Church. In 1906, he wrote that people like him wanted to liberate the beautiful and simple teachings of Jesus from the tyranny of theology, and that is why they would like to withdraw the support of the state from one confession and proclaim it to all. He thought that the Red Revolt, or radical socialist revolt supported by Russian soldiers, was an attempt to return Finland to Soviet Russia. He also was a pacifist. He attributed this to the influence of Mahatma Gandhi, and in his religious idealism he claimed that societies would gradually become, or at least Western societies like the Finnish society, would gradually become more like truly Christian societies, and that even parliamentarism would bring them closer to this ideal. In January 1920, he wrote in the newspaper Maan ääni, or Voice of the Earth, or Voice of the Land, that Europe should consider the question of the United States of Europe. This article made him one of the first important proponents of European integration.